This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup, register, and attend one of our fantastic networking meetings, which we meet on the first and third Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park, and the second and fourth Thursday at the Upper Crust in Newtown Square. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Fernando O'Loughlin of Minds. Fernando, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Rich, how are we making out today?
We're making out as often as we can, Fernando. No, but Good. This is great. We get to talk, and what I want to talk about is, what is Minds?
Well, I am a personal development coach, and Rich, there are a lot of people out there who are not happy in their life. And, it could be that they want better health. They're not happy with their job, their vocation, having issues with their significant others, whatever. So I help and show them how they can be happy in life and live a fulfilled life and live that life that they want to live.
What can people expect when they work with you, Fernando?
Well, they can expect someone who is very professional, and to have a very rewarding experience. The person will be pleasantly surprised, with the results that we get with them.
All right. You said a good amount in the beginning about how you help people in a personal coaching space. How did you come to that space? How did you come to, want to help people? What's your origin story for that?
Yeah. So, Rich, I've been a chiropractor for, 21 years now. So I've always been one to help people or wanting to help people. And during that time, I've met a couple of mentors who always said, hey, the mindset is very important in whatever you do in life, So about 7 years ago, I actually got involved or got more into listening to certain videos of certain entities out there, John Assaraf, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, even Earl Nightingale, who's actually one of the, if not the original personal development coach. So I got into it slowly. And I realized, wow, this is some really cool stuff. And I always felt like I thought differently. And I always wanted answers to things that people were just, hey, that's just the way it is. That's just how life works. So I, over time, I started digging in, looking into it more and more into it. And about 3 years ago, I got involved with Bob Proctor. And he really got me thinking about, he is my mentor. And he got me thinking about this, and I was like, wow, I really got into it. And I thought, wow, I could start doing this. I would love to start coaching people, also help them in a broader fashion. In chiropractic, you pretty much just deal with the health part of it. Many people think it's just health, even though, when you improve someone's health, everything else comes alive. They're like, wow, man, I'm happy at work, whatever. But I just saw that, personal development, you hit all parts, so many different angles of every angle of someone's life, every aspect of it. So I thought, wow, I could help people in a bigger way by becoming a personal development coach. So that's what I got into. Now I still am a chiropractor. I still do practice, but I spend most of my time doing personal development coaching.
You talk about mentors that have come in your life. You mentioned Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor. Who are some of the people that mentor you today?
It is still Bob Proctor, his company. Now, Mr. Proctor, he passed away a year ago. It's the Proctor Gallagher Institute. So they're he has so much information. So they're still, I still get the info from his company.
Talk about the process as far as somebody coming to you and saying, Fernando, these are challenges. This is where I am in my life. How do you work with people, take them through those things to help them achieve that next step, those next levels? They say, hey, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about who you learn or who you learn to be about yourself when you get to that place. So talk about the process there.
Yeah, Rich. So one of the things also that will set me apart from other personal development coaches is that I help people change their paradigms. That's what, pretty much what I do with my clients. Now paradigms are ideas or thoughts which are fixed in a person's subconscious mind. Okay, and these thoughts actually control our habits, and a lot of our behavior or our behavior patterns are habitual. Okay. So, pretty much to sum it up, we are, paradigms are mental programs. Okay. Now, so how it works is, with paradigms, is thoughts causes us to have certain feelings, and these feelings will then lead us to behave in a certain way. Okay. And our behavior will cause us to take a certain action. So now, and these actions will get us the results that we get in life. Okay, so your behavior or the actions that you take will give you either a good result or a bad result. Either a wanted result or an unwanted result. All right. So pretty much, what I do is I help people change their paradigms. There are certain ways of doing that. It depends what the person's, what they want to improve on, or what results that they want to change. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit. Sure. We're going to go deep here on the podcast today. Fernando, for you, what kind of paradigms have you seen shift in the last number of years as you've studied these methods and these ideas?
Great. Rich, that's a great question. Not many people have asked me that. So one of my things, so most of our paradigms are actually implanted or in our subconscious. Most people are in agreement that it's up to between 7 to 12 years of age. So let's say up to 7 years of age, whatever goes into whatever people say, your thoughts that come into your head go right into your subconscious. Now, so you have really no way of a reasoning, is this true or not? Whatever someone says, so that's why you need to be careful with your kids, from 0 to 7, what you say to them, what others are saying them, what they're seeing on TV, what have you. So one of my paradigms, so when I was a kid, my dad would always say, hey, rich people are snobby and they're not very nice. Okay, so that was my paradigm. That was what I always believed because of my dad today. It was in my subconscious. So now, before I became a chiropractor, I was a geologist for 10 years. So I made good money, but and like I said, Rich, now this is looking back now when I realized this. So I was making good money, but I wasn't well off. I wasn't saving any. And I'm looking back, I was like, wow, I've made all that money and somehow I spent it. I didn't save any of it. So my paradigm looking back was that rich people are snobby. They're not very nice. So the reason why I didn't keep the money that I made was because I didn't want to be a snobby person. See, so I was it's kind of like you're defeating yourself. It's like you're fighting your subconscious. So, so that was one thing that I realized. So, there's certain tools that we use to change that, to change our paradigms. It depends what the paradigms are. But that's a very easy example for people to realize what happened with me,
I learned today you're a geologist. You are a chiropractor. You're a personal coach, life development coach. There's a consistency here. geology, you've got to go deep into the earth to pull out these gems or these rocks or these minerals. Chiropractic, you got to go deep into the spine, the muscle structure, the nerves. You've got to go to correct them. And personal growth and development, you talked about it. You've got to go, it's sometimes back and deep into our childhood, our origin story, to help people realize where they are today. As you touched upon it, hey, your dad said, hey, rich people are snobby. And I think that for people listening today, there might be some thoughts in their mind right now saying, who was it in my life back in the day when I was growing up? Was it a teacher? Was it a clergy? Was it a family member who just said something like this XYZ? And people get attached to that. And it becomes their mantra. It becomes their framework, almost like a picture on a wall. Yeah. You put a frame on it, and the picture doesn't go anywhere beyond that frame, and we stay with that. And I think it's fascinating that you were able to discover this for yourself, just as you discover those gems and minerals and what is causing the spine to be out of line. What are some of those aha moments for you, Fernando, where you said, I'm on the right track. This is exactly what I should be doing.
Rich, it was more of this feeling. I mean, I just felt like this was my purpose. I've always been a social guy. I love people. I get along with pretty much everyone. And I just thought, wow, I felt like it just all came together. I was like, wow, this is the way that I can help people. And people, like me too. Most do, I think. But so yeah, Rich, it's one of those things where I just felt like once I started learning more about personal development and how the mindset, how the mind works, I was like, wow, this is what I should be doing. So it was more of a feeling like, wow, I have found my life purpose. And it's just a great feeling, realizing or feeling that, wow, you found what you believe you're here on this earth to do.
As you're expressing this out loud, the feelings are coming to your face. Your face is lighting up. Your eyes are getting brighter. There's a smile on your face. And that's genuine. That's intentional. That's the body feeling just swelling up and coming forward into that expression on your face. And that was magical. So thank you. You didn't know you were sharing it, but I saw it. So thank you. Fernando, for somebody that's looking to have that paradigm shift in their life, how do they connect with you?
Rich, I'm still working on the social media, believe it or not, after all this time, after all these months and years. I'm more old school, but I am on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. They can always email me or call me. I have no issue get on the phone or text me. Email me. So those are the main ways right now. Facebook, I'm building up. So yes.
Okay. So if people want to connect with you, what's your phone number?
215-514-6686.
And if they want to shoot right to email, what's your email address?
Very easy. Minds, that's plural, LLC@gmail.com.
To find you on the gram, where do they find you?
Yeah, Rich. The Instagram is just my name, Fernando O'Laughlin, and it's spelled Fernando, and then OLOUGHLIN.
Okay, Fernando, we're Delco. This is what's happening, Delco. So you're on your way to work with a client. You're meeting them at their place, and they say, hey, Fernando, pick me up the best cheesesteak you got. Where are you going to pick up a cheesesteak?
Well, I would normally go into Philly, but no, cheesesteak, I don't really do much on cheesesteaks. I try to, eat healthy, even though, I do try to watch my girlish figure there, Rich.
Fernando, how about a pizza option? Where are you going in Delco for pizza?
Apollo Pizza.
You like Apollo Pizza?
Yes.
Great. And you are out and about and you need a convenience store option. Where are you going? Royal Farms or Wawa?
Yeah, I'm a Wawa guy, Rich. Yes. And I will say, I would have a turkey hoagie there once in a while. Yes.
How do you describe Delco to people that are not familiar with Delco? Maybe some out-of-towners or, people that just, Fernando, what's that whole Delco thing? How do you describe that to people?
I've been in Delco since '09, since 2009. I moved here. I would say in the time that I've been here all these years, just a lot of nice little, neighborhoods, and people tend to be nice. Most, in general, people are nice. Now, they will tell you how they feel. They will not hide their feelings in general, but yeah, they just a nice, nice area. Just, people tend to be really cool.
Okay.
It's funny, Rich, because I was raised in Lower Delaware, and I can say people down there, people up in Delco are very similar to down there, and they even talk similar, believe it or not.
Well, what you just explored upon is one good thing where you said people are not afraid to tell you their feelings. Well, guess what? With your passion, you need to have people tell you their feelings. So that works here in Delco. And you created a T-shirt that we're going to get working on where, we're going to get people that say, I've been Delco since whatever year, since you've been Delco since '09. I love that idea. So thank you for that.
Huh. Rich, yeah, interesting. Yeah.
If you have people, friends, and family coming into Delco and you want to give them that Delco experience, where are you taking them or where are you sending them?
Yeah, Rich. So I would go probably take them to for dinner or a meal. I do like Spazzo's, also Sharif Punjab, the Indian place. Maybe to hang out, maybe sit out for a little bit. Rose Tree Park is also a nice area.
Okay, it's funny how people want to go out and eat in Delco. So we're taking people when they come here. We got to make sure that they eat and have that Delco food experience. Fernando, what gets you out of bed every morning? What motivates you?
The fact that I'm knowing that I'm going to be helping someone change their life. It's incredible when I actually do a program, Rich. It's about 12. It's 12. It's about a 6-month program with most clients, and even around like the second or third month, they've changed. They're improving. They're starting to get the results that they want in life. So just knowing that okay, you know what? Who can I help today? Who will I meet or talk to or speak with today that I'm gonna, that is gonna turn into a client that I'm gonna be able to help change their life. It's pretty much it. Just knowing that I'm, that if I stay in bed, I'm not going to help anyone, and there's lots of people who are hurting out there. So, yeah.
That's tremendous. Fernando, thank you for being a friend of What's Happening Delco. We met at Delco Meets for Business. If you look on Meetup at Delco Meets for Business, it's a networking group. We meet Thursdays in different parts of Delco. So check that out. We are appreciative of your time today, appreciative that you go out there and you help people improve their lives. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me, Rich.